important responsibility within the land management and land usage in this country. I think it shows how important this role is, your role is, and that's why we felt that we have made a good choice of very experienced people in guiding these countries, how we plan our cities. Unfortunately, we do not have a Minister of Urban Planning in the Gambia, but this ministry is responsible of that. And that's why we are doing everything possible to see how our cities are planned in the future, how they are developed, to make sure we protect the very people who live in these cities. On behalf of the President of the Republic and the government of the Gambia, and on behalf of all the staff here, I therefore declare this committee officially inaugurated, ready to move into action. I thank you and congratulate all of you for accepting to serve your country once again. Thank you. Say that it's a legal requirement to have a planning board and also divisional planning board and a national planning board. And the board's responsibility, as was clearly indicated in your letters of appointments, is a very significant role in the management and usage of land in this country. The fact that the previous boards have worked hard, but under very difficult circumstances, and in fact, very frustrating circumstances. They were not paid for 5 years. 5 good years, they were not paid their money. It was when I took over this office, I realized that they have not been paid. And I immediately took up that matter. And today I'm happy to say everybody has been paid his allowance. Even though some of them continue to serve, they were serving without being paid. Most unfair. However, we have decided now all committee members will be paid immediately when salaries are paid. However small the allowances, it will be paid to people. That is not to pay you, but to show you the importance of your role and how we cherish you as members of this committee for the great role that you have. And indeed, it is unfortunate that the chairman of this committee has traveled, and he will be back soon. In fact, next week he will be on ground. But that will not stop the committee from moving into action. We did our careful selection of the personalities before us here. We know that ex-permanent secretaries are part of this body, ex-members of parliament are part of these bodies, and we have the chairman as specialist also in this very field that we are in. So we believe that at the end of the day, we'll get a good job done for this country. It's high time we take up the issue of land management and usage seriously, and this government under Adam Barrow's leadership have deemed it necessary to make sure that we have a land policy, which is now in place, and now we are on digitalization, cadastral, and we are moving forward to make sure that the management of land and the usage of land become as modern as possible, as effective, as efficient as the Gambians may expect. So it is a long journey that no single individual or group can do. We can only do it collectively together. I therefore urge you all to do whatever it takes to help this country at large, generally the Gambia, how we can plan, proper planning of using our land. Cities need to be planned, industrial areas need to be planned. The forest parks need to be planned. The parks within our system, our towns need to be planned. A lot of planning needs to be done if we are to beautify our cities and make them very efficient in terms of transportation, movement. All these things require planning. And in the absence of planning, then we are nowhere. And that's why we believe that this is a very important committee that needs to start work immediately as soon as possible. On that note, once again, I thank you for accepting the appointment. The confidence reposed on all of you demonstrate your past services to the country. You have done so much for the Gambia up to your retirement from office, and the Gambia still recognize those efforts and still want to use you use your experience to help foster development in the country. On that note, Madam Permanent Secretary, BPSs and senior officials and members of the committee, I thank you for accepting the appointment on behalf of the President. We thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. Well said. Considering their appointment, I think this selection was careful.
Personalities who are here, ladies and gentlemen. This board carries a profound responsibility. The physical development of our country is not accidental. It is shaped by the decisions that we take, the standards we enforce, and the vision we uphold. Planning is about order, sustainability, equity, and protecting the public interest. Therefore, as chair, I see our mandate as threefold. First, to strengthen the development control and ensure that planning laws are applied fairly and consistently. Second, to guide national spatial development in a way that supports economic growth whilst safeguarding our environment, including our river systems, coastal zones, vulnerable communities. Third, to promote transparency, professionalism, and collaboration across all institutions involved in land use and infrastructure development. Therefore, our work must inspire public confidence. We must ensure that planning decisions are guided by law, technical merit, and the long-term interests of the Republic of the Gambia. I therefore look forward to work closely with all the board members who will introduce themselves after, which I should have done earlier, and all other stakeholders to build a coherent planning system that is orderly, resilient, inclusive, and forward-looking. I thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you. Your full name?